Hey friends, welcome to Jeep Trips. This is our road trip series from Bangalore to Northeast India, and today is day 4. On day 4, we are planning to travel from Bhubaneshwar to Durgapur in West Bengal. Just getting down from the lift in our hotel in Bhubaneshwar, we checked in overnight at a Lemon Tree Hotel and hit the road at around 6 a.m. in the morning. Beautiful morning. The road is pretty empty at this hour of the day, and we thought we could cover as much distance as possible if we are able to start a little early. So we got our breakfast packed in the hotel because we had breakfast included in our stay package. Now this is an interesting leg of our trip because from Bhubaneswar we can either go to Kolkata or Durgapur to reach Siliguri. So the distance from Bhubaneshwar to Durgapur is 474 kilometers and will take around 10 hours 35 minutes. The reason we thought we'll take this route is because from Durgapur to Siliguri the distance shows as 498 kilometers, whereas from Kolkata to Siliguri it's 581 kilometers, and the timing is also a little more. Like you say, it takes almost 14 hours, whereas from Durgapur it was supposed to take around 11 hours. So to make it easier for us on the onward journey up to Siliguri, we thought we will take this route via Durgapur rather than going via Kolkata. However, there had been an interesting turn of events once we reached Durgapur, so stay tuned till the end of the video to know more about what actually happened and where we ended up going. So this is the Gopiballabhpur road. We actually did a bit of a miscalculation because we took a left turn at Balasore to go towards Baripada instead of going towards Kharagpur and Midnapur. So this is a little longer route. However, the road looks pretty empty, no traffic, and yeah, we thought we could reach a little earlier. So it's around 12 in the afternoon and we are still on this road to Gopiballabhpur, from where it will take us to Jhargram in the Orissa and West Bengal border, and from Jhargram we'll have to again cross a number of small villages and towns to reach Durgapur. So it looks like by the time we'll reach Durgapur it will be almost night, like around 8, although we had planned to reach by around 5. So let's see how it goes. So this is at around 1 p.m. where we stopped at this tiny little place for lunch. As you can see, the entire road is almost like a single carriageway, and it took us really a long time, and still there is no signs of reaching Durgapur, although the map showed that it will take us around 10 hours and 35 minutes. It doesn't look like we'll reach in around that time. And there's this public bus which is ahead of us, and we were not able to overtake that. Maybe it's around 30 minutes now, and we've been trailing this bus and we are not able to pick up speed either, because you just can't overtake on this road. You can see there are people cycling their way towards their homes. This is a tiny village road with paddy fields and forests on both sides. Although this is a lovely stretch of greenery, we've been driving along this stretch from 1 in the afternoon, and I think it's almost 3:30 now, and it's just not possible to overtake and speed past this bus. Looks like this is the time. Finally, we're able to cross this hurdle, and probably we'll be able to pick up some speed and make up some of the time that we had already lost. Now, this is in the eastern part of the country, so one thing to note is that the sunset is a little earlier than what we saw in Bangalore or in Hyderabad or even in Vizag. So we have to prepare for sunset by around 4:30 in the evening instead of 5:30, which means that if we are not able to cross this forest road while the sun is there, it'll be difficult for us to drive in an unknown territory with jungles on both sides. It's probably not going to be a safe experience. That too with a 7-year-old kid in the back seat. Let's hope for the best. Probably the only way out is to step up the throttle and drive as fast as we can. So as you can see, the road is a little empty now with less vehicles coming from the opposite direction. And also because it's post lunch, most of the people would usually not step out of their homes when it's time towards evening. So we are able to pick up some speed here, and it was possible to drive at around 100 or 120 kilometers per hour, which does allow us to make up for some time lost. Probably this is not the safest to drive at this speed in such a single carriageway, because you still might find cows, goats and other animals straying into your way. But nonetheless, this is how it is. And finally, it's sunset and we are actually out of that forest road. This is a tiny little town that you reach at about 45 minutes from Durgapur. The time is around 6:30 in the evening, full of life. I must say that it is Durga Puja time, so there are lights and all being put up on the entire road. This is a small traffic point and we are waiting for the cop to clear our way. Still, it looks really chaotic, especially when you have driven on those country roads for the whole day with full of greenery, and it's like, bumping into so many people suddenly out of nowhere. But yeah, it's also a great experience because the road was quite lonely and desolate. Sometimes you do feel unsafe when you are driving on such lonely roads for long hours. You can see a herd of cows crossing the road. Probably after these cows are gone, we'll be allowed to go. Yeah, there you go. Finally, we are on the Durgapur barrage. So this is a barrage that has been built on the river Ganga around Durgapur city. So you have to cross this barrage. There is a kind of a traffic build-up before you get onto the barrage. However, we were able to cross that traffic by sticking to the extreme left hand. So we reached our hotel by about 7:30 in the evening, and by the time we checked into our room, it was almost 8. We finished our dinner in the room and just crashed into the bed because we are damn tired after a day of long drive. And suddenly this is the Nivedita bridge towards Kolkata. But how come we reached Kolkata? We were in Durgapur last night. Yes, that's where the interesting turn of events happened, because we were supposed to go from Durgapur to Siliguri this morning via Bhagalpur. However, in the morning when we woke up and I checked the Google Maps, and there was a flood alert on the river Koshi around Bhagalpur. I think it's been raining for the past few days in that part of Bihar, so it's going to be a little unsafe for us to take that route. I had already woken up at 3 a.m. in the morning, was almost preparing for our trip when I saw that note in Google, the flood alert. So I just hit the bed once again, and we thought of spending our day in Durgapur, and we did some recalibrations. We thought of coming over towards Kolkata and then take the route from Kolkata to Siliguri the next day, and that's why we are on our way from Durgapur to Kolkata. Fortunately, there is an expressway between Durgapur and Kolkata, which allowed us to, do this entire distance in just a little over 1 hour, which is great. So we started from Durgapur towards Kolkata by around 3 in the evening, or afternoon precisely, and then we reached Kolkata city by around 4:30. Now, being the peak of Durga Puja time, you can see a lot of traffic on the streets of Kolkata. In fact, it's bumper to bumper traffic. I think after we entered the Kolkata city via the Nivedita bridge, it took us around maybe an hour to reach our hotel in New Town. Because Kolkata is an unknown city, we didn't know where to book our hotel. It's a sudden change of plan, so we checked hotels while we were on the road. We did call up several hotels. We tried Novotel, we tried ITC, but none of them even picked up their phones. Probably they are a little running under a lean staff, because they would have given Durga Puja holidays to most of their employees. Finally, we struck some luck at the Lemon Tree Hotel in New Town. So now we are going towards Lemon Tree. As you can see, we are stuck in traffic, but we must say it's a great time to visit Kolkata during Durga Puja. As you can see, this whole city has been lighted up. There is no single area or cranny on the road which is not lighted up. It's such a beautiful sight to visit Kolkata during Durga Puja. It's really the city of joy, it seems. A lot of people on the roads, bustling with life. Definitely a great experience to be visiting this city at this time of the year. So overall, it was a good experience for us with some detours. Finally landed up in Kolkata, and now we'll have to prepare for the next leg of our trip from Kolkata to Siliguri. As you saw, the map showed it will take around 14 hours to do this whole stretch of 578 odd kilometers from Kolkata to Siliguri. Looks like the road conditions are not great. So we hope to be starting at around 3 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, so that we are able to cover up as much as we can while the sun is shining. So thanks for staying with us here on this video from Bhubaneshwar to Kolkata via Durgapur in 2 days. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel, and yeah, keep coming. Thank you. Stay safe.